Okay, lads, quick thing before we start the pod. Jump into our One-Eyed Pod League. The code is just below or just to the right there, 149038. We're going to be doing a big prize for whoever comes first. We don't know what the prize is yet, but we'll work it out as the year goes on. Total score, invite all your friends. Let's get it. G'day, lads. Welcome back to the One-Eyed Pod. It's the end of round 0. We're about to start.
Finally. Round 0, hey? They
hate it when you call it round 0, isn't it?
It may as well be round 0. What are they doing? All you dickheads. I know there was. I'm not going to call him a dickhead because he's a loyal listener. But Benji's saying I've got Bonty, Leppy, and Whitfield. You know, I didn't have Bont. The value was there. Everyone would have paid $700K for Bont if round 0 Supercoach. Maybe it's a Supercoach problem rather than Andrew Dildo Dillon. But it's broadly pissed me off. Nas, I faded. Now everyone's jumped off Nas and got my sinks. Bruin, I had Bruin. Now everyone's got Bruin. I honestly think there needs to be some form of revolution around our community. Maybe we have to knock on Herald Sun's doors to say, what the fuck you doing? Otherwise, we'll all change to fantasy. We will all change to fantasy.
The most fucking annoying thing in the world
do the same
is
anyway.
Everyone dick riding Nas. Everyone was dick riding him. 150, he's going to do this. Oh, you're just going to be scary not own.
We've been saying that all
scary
year.
not own. And I'm
year.
like, mate, he was like I think he was a 6% pod, Sinclair, when we all season, like all preseason. And now look, it actually really pissed me off. And I was saying in the preseason to you, you're like, oh, he had 150, and you're like, it's going to be hard to fade. And I said, watch me. Fuck this.
Yeah, maybe I'm just, I'm drinking a Rockstar can, so I'm feeling a bit joyful at the moment. But I know what I said. I did message you that, and I don't want to seem like a fraud coming out so big and doing a big cane corns, but I didn't have Nas when the round 0 started, so I would have been fine. But there's got to be something done about this because it's pissed me. It's actually made the game so easy. I know I don't think many would have had Buderick or whatever his name is in the team. Mm-hmm. But there is so many other players that everyone is going to. I could have won the 50K by now. Seriously, I would have been.
Squished everything. I went into my thing, and my lowest owned player is our little secret pod. But other than that, it's now 10%. I'm like, what is going on?
I'm pretty sure this might be inaccurate, but I'm pretty sure 70,000 people or something jumped off Nas, and that makes sense because he's 60% ownership. So that
what is he now? It kind of makes me want to jump on.
No, look, if you're getting tagged, so let's just address this right now. The whisper in Nas, shenanigans. Nas wouldn't even be allowed to tie Nick Dacos's shoelaces. Do you agree with that?
Mate, Sai Wangman Miller won't average more than 95 this year.
Oh.
This guy is just going to get tagged out of every fucking game. He's had half a good season and everyone's talking up like Messiah is the king of the world. Oh my God, he's the best. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. Mate, the bloke couldn't even handle a Perryman tag.
That's what I was just about to say. You wait till you get the James Jordans, the runners. I mean, Perryman was probably pretty good for when he went forward because Perryman's a natural defender. Well, not a natural, but he can play that role. 95, I'll give him. It wouldn't be, I reckon, 105 maybe. But there's going to be this might be a really hard year for him, and it just sucks because everyone was picking him, and it's just it doesn't sit well with me. It really gives me tummy pains, just absolute tummy pains.
And I don't want to harp on about this the whole time, but the same thing happened to Nick when he did a really good season. And then got tagged and had to work out how to fucking work on, play with a tag. And now he's at the point where he goes 35 with a tag.
Who are they tagging as well? They're not going to tag bloody our F1 Flanders. what a shit show that.
What a
bloke put out.
disaster that
Our
was.
big call. Luckily, did we clip that? Because gee whiz.
No, we didn't clip
oh,
that.
thank God. Thank God. Track F1. Just track F1. That's what we said. But
How did he look? He looked. I'm dying.
too many Guinness, mate.
Too many Guinness. He looked incredible.
I mean, it's going to help out our boy. We've both got him in our team. Big Noz had a tag and he got 30 and 0 goals 4 or 0 goals 3. Or he had 25.
1 goal 4.
1 goal 4.
1 goal 4. Yep. Yeah, mate.
If that's a tag game, and he scored 100. But I just wanted to talk about, have they changed the scoring in regards to, like, Nick had 41 touches, 117. Have
This
they
is
tinkered
exactly what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
I don't know. I've seen some explanations, but, you know, I'm a simple man, so I don't follow it until it happens to my player. But I think maybe it's champion data. Honestly, I'm not even going to bother commenting on what I think has happened, but I know that they've tinkered it a little bit. And, I mean, does that bump down the averages for, you know, our gun mids? It's just, are they making Supercoach just shit?
Well,
Overall.
something that I noticed is that when I was going through all the teams, and because I was working all weekend, but when I re-watched it, I felt like looking at the scores, and I'm not smart enough to know the exact stats, but there were less people turning up.
Exactly. And, I mean, this stupid... it's not stupid. I actually quite like the new rule with the out of bounds and then the other player gets it. But that's a double clanger, I think. Like, that's
It's
so
a double
costly.
clanger.
So costly, man.
And it really hurt, what's his face?
Bruin had it
Houston.
once. Yeah.
Houston on the weekend. So he kicked it. He did the lasso rule like 3 times in the first quarter.
The lasso.
So double clanger.
Why do they call it the lasso?
I don't know, because it comes back to you.
What the fuck? Jeez. Oh, God. This is what the change in rules has done. Seriously. They've just becoming... there's been a few questionable decisions, even like the blocks. These umpires, you know, you fix one rule and it makes the game overall better, but it's still a lot of question marks in regards to these umpires making decisions. Just hire them full time, I reckon.
I felt like this weekend was the first year ever, or first time ever, where I was watching a footy game and thinking, do I not know the rules anymore? Like, what? Like, can someone refresh me on the rules? Because obviously I'm missing something, because I'm getting really angry at watching the umpires just making no calls or calls for something. Like today, again, in the Collingwood St Kilda game, I saw Darcy Cameron get a free kick against him for jumping and putting his knee up. Isn't that what they've changed the rules to do?
I don't even bother anymore. It's just too confusing. But even a couple of them, like, they do a full 360. They either pay it or don't, but in some cases they don't pay it. And then the other bloke gets it, and then they're thinking about, oh shit, I stuffed up that previous decision. Let's just royally fuck someone and give Holden the ball. And it'll probably... They've got some, you know, something wrong. They're rattling.
Usually I'd be like, that's not true. But ever since this Epstein shit, anything can be true, mate. Anything can be true.
Jesus Christ.
So
we're not
I'm
stooping to that level.
This could be true. They could just be walking through, oh yeah, did that there and did that there. But I wanted to quickly take it back to a player who entered my team for a little bit, and then we kind of just got cold on him within, like, going to bed and waking up in the morning. And it was Dan Houston, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I know he played St Kilda, but he scored 120 fantasy and 94 Supercoach. And the only reason he scored the 94 Supercoach is because he kicked it out of bounds and got the lasso rule to him so many times. Like, this would have been fucking mega.
I think the thing that I noticed as well, he was on the bench for, I don't know when it was, but the third quarter maybe. He was on the bench for quite some time as well. He couldn't get on. There was like to-go penalties. Just briefly, penalties is a go. I just
The goat.
don't want to hear about it. Just he's a goat. But no, he was awesome. The thing that worries me, and maybe you can, because you were extremely hot on him, because last year he was just redundant because when Moore and Howe were there, and I just feel like, is there a change in role where Houston, it looked like he has the ball now, but could it revert back? And because Josh is obviously number one, I think. Number two is Houston. Will that affect the other big boys coming back? That's the question.
I think it will. I think Houston's now this. It's like there's a directive to get the ball in his hands as a release kick, and I felt like Josh was playing very high as a halfbacker, and Houston was playing deeper.
And Josh played zero mid-time, which was, I mean, that's what we were sort of hot on Houston about. But they looked, I don't, maybe even Josh goes in the middle a fair bit, and that would help Houston more anyway. So I don't mind the pick.
I was looking at the heat maps for Josh Dacos, and it didn't confirm any of my thoughts. You know what I mean? As watching it, I thought, oh wow, Josh Dacos is playing so high up the ground, and Houston isn't. Yeah. But when I look back at it, they were playing like the exact same role.
Well, they're one side on the other.
Yeah.
Would you wait, noting that the bye is pretty shit for, isn't it round 2? I think that's where the Carlton, the Geelong, Nick Dacos, you know, they all have that bye. Could you wait 2 weeks? Because that's what I'm thinking of doing. And
he's not in my team at the moment. Yeah, I'm waiting. It's a wait and see. I feel like Houston's a wait and jump on if he's hot, because he's such a low price as it is. It's just like a wait and see. Okay, he's good. Let's jump on.
Who would you pick? My man Kirch or Houston? If fit, you know.
If firing.
Well, fit. Well, you're picking a team round 1, you know, this week.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to lock one in.
And is Kirch done what he's done so far and not played?
Well, apparently he got pulled out of a VFL game to make sure
so he hasn't played
right.
a game.
No,
he hasn't played a game.
So it is a. I mean, the only thing I think is Kirch doesn't have that bye, so you can at least get a score out of him for. You'd only pick him if he plays this week or gets named, but yeah, I think those two. I think Archie Roberts is just Archie Roberts, but those two are, I think, in my eyes, genuine. Reduced sort of picks, you know, that could maybe be that 500k mark. But
tell me this.
Yep.
Right. If Dan Houston had scored 130 this week, what would you have said? Okay, I think he's a better pick right now.
Mate, I'll be honest with everyone listening. I changed my team first quarter and put DeGoey and Houston in. I just said to him, do you remember my message? I said,
yeah.
Fuck it, man. It's just value season. And I still think it's value season. But then I saw DeGoey bench for a little bit, and then I saw Houston slow down. It made me a little bit happier. But Houston's always in and out of my team. I quite like him, but I still think the other boys coming back may impact him. But I would love it. I've owned Houston many times. Mate, he's such a good kick, but he still did those little clangers that Houston loves to do, and you're just like, what a... Hey, I think he's a fantasy pick, hey? If you're doing fantasy, pick that bloke. He's no matter.
I'm still
no matter
quite
the clanger
hot on him. Yeah. I won't start him, but I'm hot on him. The only good thing about McCurtry is you put anyone in that role and he scores 100.
Yeah.
Every North for how many years in a row now, the person at North who is in that McCurtry role, they scores 100.
Yep. Because they're so shit. I don't care if you beat us pre-season, North, you're still shit. Seriously. Clarko.
North,
Clarko would have been punching that many walls during that Ballarat or whatever game. That's why it was...
What's the pass mark? What's the pass mark for Kangaroos?
Because my brother's a North supporter. He's like, did you hear what Damo Barrett said? Damo Barrett said 11 wins or something. And I've gone, mate, you'd be happy with 5, surely. Surely. I don't know. I don't rate them. But, I mean, I rate their players, but I don't think they've... What do you think? I'd say 6 wins. I'll go. I don't even know how many they got last.
Pass mark for North Melbourne.
Internally,
With how long that they have been shit, and the squad that they actually have, which is not that half bad. Like they've got,
true.
Like they've got a pretty shit back line, but they've got a good, decent forward line. Mate, they should be at least pushing for like that wild card round, but they're not. They're never going to do that. They should be.
So what is a wild card? Like 10th position is what? Probably
10th.
8 wins. Is that it?
Yeah, around that.
So maybe give them.
It'd be more than. It'd have to be more than 8.
Right. So it's really
well. Let's look at it now. What was the
Barrett's not that far off then. Oh, all right.
What's
I'll
the
change it.
ladder?
I'll change it to 8 wins. 8 wins is a pass for me, but that won't get you finals or nothing.
Let me show you the ladder for.
While you're looking, if I see Caleb Daniel running around round 12, someone needs to answer something. You know, there's got to be a press conference. How is he still getting a game? Seriously.
Caleb Daniel, what's wrong with him?
He's
Is he woeful?
He's not. His short kicks always sideways. You know, I think he, might be. He might be putting multis on himself. You know, via the Victorian Mafia. That's what I'm saying.
Probably hasn't won much.
He's probably best mates with Zach Fisher. Him and Zach Fisher just talking to each other. Like, how do we do this?
So last year to 10th was 12 wins.
They're not getting that. So Barrett's not wrong. They
need to be around at least 12 to 11th for me to say it's a pass mark.
Fuck, they're
so
not
about
getting that.
9 wins.
I'll be realistic, 8 or 7, but oh well. I don't care about them anyway. They celebrated that hard against winning. Oh, don't even get me started. It's
fucking embarrassing.
I had about 3 people message me from North. I'm going, mate, shut the fuck up, please. Please do not start me. Because I was a bit angry because we lost to North as well. Like, you can't be losing to North.
With our B team.
All right. Shall we go?
Should we jump in?
Yeah. Did you want to go first or me? I don't really.
All right. I'm gonna go first, but I'm gonna drip feed this as well. I'm gonna zoom in and just start with the defense, and then slowly go down. Now, before we jump into this team, I've gone back and forth on so many different options, and I land back at this team every single time.
We better not.
So
have the
this
same
is
team.
my 9% team, and I'll show you the one thing that could change. There's only one thing that would change.
I reckon we're going to have the
99%
same team. I reckon. We've
we
been
might
talking
as well.
too much.
No, I know, it always happens. So here we go. Can you see this? This is starting in the back line.
Yeah, fuck. We might have the same team.
So I'm not going to go talk through everyone because we all know, if you're watching this channel, you know the players, and you know we don't have to sell you on anyone, all right? 143, don't need to sell you. I'm going to sell you on Whitfield, though. The reason for the Whitfield pick, and I'm going to get it up on my phone so I don't have to...
Can you actually just apologise? You don't talk about Whitfield being a good pick when you were on the podcast saying last week how shit of a pick he was. Do not do this.
So the reason why I've gone to Whitfield is just because Ash had such a shit game. That's the only reason. I would go Ash, but he was shit, and I have to go off form. But I would go Ash over him if he had a decent game. So let me continue. These GWS backmen have, after round 1, they have St Kilda, Collingwood, then Richmond in a row. And if that's not going to get you off to a good fucking start, nothing will. As a backman. All right. Then you got Connor Rozee. We all know Connor Rozee. You can go into the midfield and everything. Looks like he's going to kill it. I've gone Blackiston as well in the back line, and then gone double rookies. I feel like the rookies are in the back line are the only kind of strong ones.
We're doing the team reveal now, so I think we can go into... I'm not... This Selwood bloke, he got a lot... He looked good. In the
third quarter.
That's what I was just going to say. and he's a lockdown player. You know, Zach Bailey.
Tell
was
the
elbowing.
viewers what we were about to say, though, because I just interrupted you.
What so as in what?
Tell them what you were going to say, because I interrupted you and you didn't tell them why we don't want
essentially all his
solid.
points. I think you cut me off at the perfect point. We're working in sync. All his points came at the third quarter after Zach Bailey absolutely tried to fucking assassinate him with an elbow. How he's got 1 week, by the way. I know I'm ranting a lot because I've had an energy drink, but how is that 1 week and Harris Andrews is 3 when Zach Bailey is trying to actually? That's not even allowed in UFC, is it? The elbow back of the head.
Nah, it's not. Mate.
So get it right, AFL. Get it right. It's pissed me off. But anyway, I'm not sold on Selwood, no.
I'm not either. I've tried to swing Grill back here, but you know what the problem is about, and I'll go into my midfield in a second. You know what the problem about trying to get Grill in there is? You have to try find another midfielder.
And there is
None.
There may be a few. Yeah.
Here is the midfield. I've gone Zach Butters, Nick Dacos, Noah Anderson, Ed Richards, Hayden Young. Grill and Carroll.
But
underneath that, I've got Parrish, Bruin, Jagger, Carroll and Blamires, whatever his name is.
Yeah. I think
is this the exact same?
Yeah. I mean, this is what I'm saying though. I've just changed my team a little bit I think we've got the exact team. So I've changed it a little bit because I just still like one of the players. But I think this is going to be quite, I don't know others, but I think this is going to be quite common where we all have the same teams. So you just got to identify your pods really and it's too hard to do.
A lot of these were pods before the round 0.
Yeah. What about Ed? So I've thought about Ed, right? And I love Ed. And he doesn't have many tags coming up. So we've got Ed Richards. He had a massive game. And he actually had, I may be wrong, but I swear he had maybe 5 clangers there. Like it could have been an absolutely 200 game. The thing with him is anyone got to tag him? So I'm just looking here, 2026. Because I guess, are you worried about, there's 2 things with Ed. Will he get tagged? And are you worried about that bye, having, those 2 players on there?
I am. I'm worried more about the bye. Ed has, for the longest time, is Neale. And I've had Lockie Neale in my team over Ed Richards for in and out, in and out, in and out. I just don't know which one to go with. Ed Richards,
he'll get a tag.
Lockie Neale.
Lockie Neale will get a tag, 100%.
Exactly. So Lockie Neale has, in the first little half, where is it?
We spoke about this last week. It was St Kilda, Sydney. There was another one, but Jordan and I feel like Windy might tag, or they'll put more emphasis on a tag.
Yep. But if we can make it, so if he doesn't, so this is my thing. Play Sydney, right? He gets tagged. Last time he's played Sydney, he scored 41 and a 78 because he just gets tagged by James Jordan. He can't handle it. He just goes away.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get tagged by Windy, because Ross Lyons said in the press conference, we're trying to back in our system a little bit more. And they showed that with Dacos. They tried to back in their system.
And I loved Windy, by the way. He's a freak. He's an absolute freak.
But if he doesn't get tagged there, he'll go bananas. He'll go 140.
Yeah.
And then he's got the pies, loves playing Collingwood. I think in the last 3 times he's played Collingwood is 142, a 113 and a 129 against Collingwood. So the upside for Neale is great because then after that he has North, and then after that he has Melbourne, and then he goes Adelaide, then after that he's got Essendon, then Carlton. You know what I mean? So Neale has such big upside.
Yeah, I think the thing is, though, whenever he has, like last year I owned him, he got, once he
Don't
gets
worry
attention.
about last year, mate.
No,
this is not the Neale of last year.
This is true. No, this is true.
Divorce Neale.
He cannot shake a tag, this bloke.
He can.
And he is happy for others, like Will Ashcroft, and I actually think Levi Ashcroft, now Clug's injured, will slot right in that midfield. He'll go, boys, absolutely just pepper him. I'll take that tag and I will run him into the ground, and and he'll get free and maybe get 25, but he'll score the 90s. That's the concern, I think.
I agree, but also with Ed Richards, I love the Ed Richards pick. He has the bye, which is it's a tough bye with Noah Anderson there and stuff as well, because they have the same bye, don't they?
Track.
Noah
yeah.
Anderson and Ed Richards. So those two will be gone, and he's not scoring 140 every game. Like, that was a flash in the pan type of game. Ed Richards is like a 100, 120 player.
Yeah. He averaged 111 last year. He's got GWS, so I don't think they'll tag. Adelaide, I think, I don't even know who tags there. Maybe Peatling, and then they've got Essendon. Like, it's a pretty good run. Like, and what I think happened, what happened last week was Croft got injured, so Bont had to play more forward. Now, Bont's probably not going to do that every week, but I've heard reports, correct me if I'm wrong, that they intend for him to play a little bit more forward. So, he's an unreal forward. Bont could easily win a Coleman if he just played forward the whole time. He's the best kick. Jesus Christ,
I think
love
Bont was just going to go nuts. So, like, and I'm not going to start him because he's already got that scoring system, but could very easily just get it out of his system by going 150, 150. Like, that's not even out of the question. He could just very easily just do that, and we'd be like, oh, okay. And that's what's funny. Like, Ed Richards went 140, and we're like, oh my God, like, that's insane. But Bont does 140 for bloody breakfast.
Exactly. I think Richards is a great pick, because I was looking at Richards and Callaghan and Holmes. Like, you need that 600k maybe player, or go down to Neale. But Richards with that run, I don't see many issues with it, because I think he's proven last year when we owned him that he can shake a tag, because he's so versatile. Like, he would go forward, he would go midfield, he can even play halfback. Like, he finds a way to actually be an active sort of player. That a tag. I don't think he can be tagged. Ed Richards.
I think the way he plays is he has this very exact running pattern. If you watch him play, he plays this running pattern. And a lot of the ball that he gets is on the run, like it's on the move in these patterns. Like, the ball gets kicked closer to the centre, he picks it up and he's kicking forward. Another player is Noah Anderson. We spoke about at the start.
Yeah.
Went 100 with a tag. 1 goal 4, I think it was. Like, let me correct myself if I'm wrong here. Like,
I always wanted to pick
games,
Noah, but I had Errol. Now I don't have Errol. No.
Yeah, 1-4.
Now I don't have Errol. I have Noah. But Noah fills me with so much more confidence, and I've never owned Noah, ever. Everyone loves these. Like, if we go to his first few stats, right, for this season, last season, his start, I'm pretty sure it was crazy, wasn't it? I'm just getting it up.
Yeah, it was massive. And I remember telling you all last season, I'm going to get this guy and I'm going to get him in. I never got him in.
136. And then I remember this period, everyone brought him in, and then he went 109, 102, 113, 105. And that's probably when he was getting tagged. But I think now track is there. I feel like now that all the talk will be at, let's stop track, and track was so free. Noah could just go, all right, give it to me, cunts. I'll get 170. Easy.
Tell me another player, like, against West Coast, Richmond, Melbourne, Sydney, Essendon.
Yeah.
Track and him could go 200 against West Coast. Like, they are going to take the
They played
fucking
absolutely unreal.
I'm putting the captain on Noah Anderson, and if my VC gets 120, I'm not taking it.
West Coast, Richmond, Melbourne, Sydney, Essendon, Hawks, GWS. And that Hawks matchup is a bloody good matchup, because they have no midfield right now. So,
all right, that's enough about Noah Anderson. He's actually a shit pick. I wouldn't pick him.
Yeah, sorry.
Wouldn't pick him.
Awful pick. Awful pick. You should actually pick Real instead and use him as a loop, I think. Use him as a loop.
Next up, Tim English, McAndrew. Now, I've flirted with the idea of dropping Ed Richards down to Sam Walsh and putting in Grundy. helps buys a little bit.
Grundy looked good.
Tim English got to 117 with a goal, so it was a goal assisted. 2 goals assisted.
I'm quite big on English. The question is about Grundy because he's 676k, but he got barfed for a quarter and then he was like, all right. And then he just kept charging. And Sydney are going to dominate. Sydney are going to dominate teams. They're going to dominate.
So I think that is a change I could have. But the only change I could do in my team right now is Ed Richards is going out and then English changes. They're the kind of things I'm flirting with. Let's keep moving down and have McAndrew at R2. I feel like that's the best play this year.
Yeah, and look at seriously another sort of one of my calls that I was a bit, the first episode I said don't do it. It's a risk you cannot take. But now everyone I think is doing it. We've even seen a team, shout out to Crazy Frogs. What did he have? Mason Cox in flex.
He had
Visitini and McAndrew.
Dante Visitini, McAndrew, Mason Cox.
We might have
what a squad.
We'll either be congratulating him or sending out a welfare check to him.
Hey, there's something I actually want to chat about that I want to keep a close eye on.
Yeah. Coxie.
No, Sam Draper is rumoured to be playing round 1. If he plays round 1, that is such a big call to have him in your team if you have McAndrew because he'll be able to just jump in there. You know what I mean?
But what injury did he have? I'm pretty sure.
A foot, something to his foot. It's always his foot.
Just wait after his bye.
I'm not saying now. I'm saying to look to get him in. Yeah. All right, going down to the forward line. I have Harry Sheasel, Petrarca, Flanders, Butterick, Philippou, Marshall, Lombard, Devon Robertson. Pretty standard.
Oh, it's template. Everyone has that.
And then in my flex, our cheeky pod, Xavier Lindsay.
Yeah. I like him. I like him a lot. But I've actually...
I love the Lindsay pick.
I've pulled him out of my team just so we can talk about different stuff anyway. I'm strongly considering Lindsay. He's playing halfback. They were pumping him up on the radio.
In the practice game, he had all the kick-ins.
And he is known for his elite kicking, and he's versing St Kilda. So if he gets 100, we're all putting in Butterick for the 105. If Lindsay gets 100, mate, unreal for cash gen. Surely. Unreal.
Yep.
And he'll be that defender. He'll be DPP as well.
Yeah. So that's the squad. This is most likely the squad going in.
What do you think about Lindsay?
Oh, he's in my team.
Do you want to pump him up, or do you think I've done him justice?
I think you've done him justice. All the points that I would want to hit on Lindsay, you've hit. The only thing that I would swap him with would be to put Windsor in.
Yeah.
But I just think that I would rather take a half-backer in that Bruin type of kick-in role where there's pretty consistent points going rather than a Windsor who has to find his own footy and hasn't. I don't know, there's a clear directive to kick it to Windsor and give it to Windsor. And I love Windsor, and he was in my team consistently, and I would go him if I can fit him in. And if you're going Windsor, I think it's a great pick to go with Windsor.
Yeah.
But the only reason I've decided to go with Lindsay is just because I think the points are a little bit more guaranteed rather than if a midfielder has a bad game, they might not find the footy.
And that pick as well, if it could bite you in the ass as well, because only 2% people have him. So I guess that's the other counterpoint. But
well, if he does shit, I'll put Windsor in.
Yeah, exactly. 10K. Just make sure you got 10K, mate. 10K.
Yeah. Well, that's the team. It sounds like it's the exact same as your team, which is...
I've changed it up, but that's all right. It is... I can talk about stuff that maybe I could do differently. And I've just, first of all, because who mentioned... Did you come up with Lindsay first, or was it me, or did we all...
I gave you Lindsay.
Fuck off. Fuck right.
That's it. I can bring up the receipts for Lindsay. I gave you I sent you. I said the thing that Lindsay pick is good, and then I gave you the stats about all his kick-ins, and then you're like, I think that's a good pick. I like Lindsay as well.
I probably did say that. I'll take.
Now you're
Bruin.
claiming it as your own.
I'll take Bruin. He was my man before all this shit happened.
Rapist.
He was just don't talk that kind of talk, all right? He was cleared. We don't need to get involved. All right. Well, I'm trying to do it like you have, and I've already fucked it.
It's fine. It's fine.
So I'll put Kirch in. I do like Dan. This is a team where I could fit Dan or Houston in, but I don't have Blackiston, and I don't know if that's a mistake or not. The thing about Blackiston is his run is not the best. I think he's versing quite a lot of hard ruck matchups, and I think our mate Briggsy was flying, and then he slowly tailed off. I missed half of the second half, so I don't know what the ruck
Briggsy
matchup
went off
was.
with ice on his hammy.
Right, so
Or ice on his calf. And then he versed Madden.
right. I just don't know if. Oh well, that doesn't. So was Reeve?
Don't know. Blackiston's run?
Yeah.
Blackiston's run, he'll have Lloyd Meek first, who is
And
notorious
Reeves,
for
so a double
leaking.
ruck.
Is Reeves definitely going to play?
I think he was. Did he play last week?
No, he didn't.
He didn't. Oh well, that's
They didn't
why.
run with
Sorry, I
Reeves.
thought they had the double ruck.
No, so they didn't run with
well-
Reeves. And then he's got Dante Vicentini next.
Oh God, I need to pick this
and
bloke.
then the next he has, he'll get pumped by Sherry.
Yeah. And what's
And
the
then
next
he's
after?
got English and Gone.
English is a traffic cone in the ruck.
And then
Everyone
Wits.
does well
And then
against that bloke.
Decam. So he's got a pretty tough run here. So Sherry, English, Gone, Wits, Decam.
And if you're picking all these 290k players, how many games do you want from them?
Yeah, I've got him there as a backup to my
Do you think it's
McAndrew.
6 games you want from them though? You know, to make
Yeah.
enough cash? Yeah. Oh, well, it's
Yeah, I
something
guess.
to think about. I would much
I'm
rather...
going to pick him. I just want him as his DPP for McAndrew.
Yeah, okay.
That's the only reason I'm starting him, if I'm completely honest, is just so I can have something to fall back on, chuck him in if McAndrew shits the bed.
Yeah. Now, I've got the same midfield.
We have the exact same fucking team besides 2 players.
Yes, we do. But I think I've toyed with Walsh. I just don't like his back, and I just remember me talking so much shit about him last podcast. And
But you
I'm
have
just-
Sharp. Sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah.
Go. Tell me about Walsh.
Come on, mate. Just let me go. All right, let me go. I know you're trying to pinpoint what's different about our teams, but now you've changed. What was I even talking about? You cut me off.
You're talking about Sam Walsh is going to explode his back in the 3rd round.
Yeah, I think it could happen at any time. He could be getting an Uber. Oh, he wouldn't be getting an Uber. He'd be driving his Mercedes-Benz on the 7-year deal. And he might hit a speed hump, around the ground, and he might do his back there. I can't see myself, and I'm sure if there'd be a few teams with Walsh, Young, and Parrish. I just can't do it. So I'd rather go my man LDU, which I'm still wanting to do. I just don't know how I would facilitate that. But
Touch on LDU real quick, because he has such a great run too.
well, that's why I want him. He's got, I think he's got Port. I'll just look at it here. What has he got? Jeez, this is way too zoomed in.
I got it here.
This hit. He's got Port, Richmond in there, doesn't he? Port, West Coast, Essendon.
Port, West Coast, Essendon, Carlton, Brisbane, Richmond.
Peach Run. And GWS, they played really well, but for a midfielder, I know I'm looking at McKercher now, but I think North Fantasy's relevance, I think a few people are, like, I don't know why people are shitting on the LDU pick. I think he could pop off. And maybe if...
It's just scary.
It is, and I know it's 3%, but if you want to try and get ahead, you got to try and be creative about it. But I don't think I could, maybe I could get rid of Young, for example, and try and figure it out. Because what do you think about Young? He's so highly owned. Yeah, he's so highly owned though. Like, it's kind of scary going against Young and Parrish.
I've been considering putting in Caleb Serong.
I like that, but we've always talked about him as in he's the biggest tag option.
But they went to Andy Brayshaw towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have many taggers to start the season. Have a look at Port's run. Not Port, Freo's run. But you're right. Like, it's hard to go against Hayden Young because he's just such a big scorer in that team when he has a good game.
And this is the issue, right? So Geelong, who did they verse? Yeah, well, Noah got tagged. That's what we're talking about before. So you're betting on who's going to get tagged, Serong or Brayshaw. But then you've got Melbourne, Richmond, Adelaide, Collingwood, West Coast. And Carlton, sorry. We should definitely be putting Carlton in there every time.
Yeah, definitely. So it's a great run, isn't it?
And is that the pod duo to become different? Could be.
He's been in my team all day until he jumped on the pod.
Yeah, and do you know the good thing about this one? There's no buy for these Freo blokes. I think they've got I can't remember when their buy is. You'll be able to see. Yeah, no buy.
The only thing that maybe
round
changed
14 buy
is because the ownership for Caleb Serong isn't actually that low.
Yeah.
It's still quite a high ownership for Caleb Serong. Maybe it's a play,
because, I mean, if you want to get off that double buy and pick one of Richards and Anderson, maybe it's a play. Although I just fucking love Andy Brayshaw, but I'm not paying $6.15 for Andy. But didn't Serong as well take the absolute mickey in the preseason game?
At the end, yeah. So took the absolute piss.
Yeah, so I think, wouldn't that mean, hang on, which bloke's in form? I don't know.
I don't know, but
so Young stays.
I think it's a great shout.
Yeah, you got to get creative with this stuff. I think English, I've been brewing for it just a little bit. There was a bit of doubt last week or whenever we did the pod of what his role is going to be like. He was the only good player out there in regards to the halfbacks for Geelong, and he did spray it a few times, but I think everyone from Geelong, including Bailey Smith, who's going to be 420k soon, he's going to be he butchered the ball, so not everyone was on. So I think his role is going to be halfback. He didn't even touch the mid. He was playing like wing halfback. So I think if you don't have him, I would highly recommend picking him. I wouldn't be going against the grain on that one.
Yeah, and tell us about Errol Gulden, because he's in none of our teams, and everyone else has picked him.
I know. I just is it just me, or was that role at the first half? It wasn't the greatest role, and then he was getting a tag. It's been so far away now. Last Thursday,
he didn't get a tag. So
they said I think they attempted to tag him with Ollie Hollands, I think, but he was everywhere. He wasn't in one position, and then once he got changed to in the ball after halftime,
I feel like he was rotating a lot with Heeney through the middle. But when I look back at the stats of it all, and I have them right here, Heeney had so much more CBAs. So he had 72% to Errol Gooden's 59%. You know what I mean?
Just talking about Gulden and versus, other players, I'd much prefer Heeney over Gulden. I just feel like Gulden...
It's just tough.
It is. I mean, they've got SAG. They've got that round 3 bye. So Hawthorn, Brisbane, Fremantle. They're not easy games, these Sydney boys. Although I think they'll have a good season.
But I don't think with those type of players it matters about that stuff. It's more... Sometimes the tougher games are the better games for them.
Then it's North Collingwood, Port. It's an okay run. Yeah, I just feel like all the others that we've spoken about,
That's 2025, you dingus.
yeah. Oh, is it? Jeez. There we go. Don't call me a dingus.
Here we go.
Brisbane, Hawks, West Coast, Gold Coast,
So it's even worse.
GWS, Bulldogs, SCG, MCG, NO.
There's such
that-
there's
and
such
does that-
highly owned players like Gulden. Are we going to get hurt from this, from not owning him?
Well, that's the risk you got to take. But I'm looking here. You've got SCG, MCG, OS. What's NO? Is that Gold Coast Stadium?
Gather round.
So they were only playing 2 home games in the stretch of 6 games. Well, 3 out of 8, if you include the Melbourne game. Is that... I know Gulden loves the SCG, but, I mean, Sydney look great, so they probably do
I'll say
just...
it now. I'll say what we're both thinking. I think
Yeah.
Errol Gulden will be the biggest trap of this year.
It's pretty funny.
He did this to me at the end of last year. He shows all this promise, and he just doesn't do it. You know what I mean? He's one of those players who you just like, get the fucking football, mate. And your mate Isaac Heeney, he's just slinging darts.
I'm looking at round 18 onwards.
Yeah, mate, you're looking right at it. I got him for the 122,
93.
and then that's me. This has got me all over it.
To be fair, that's you try and find out where did I make a bad decision. You've got 146.
So this is the guy we're playing with and we're talking about right now. That's the exact role that he has right now, by the way. So he had it when he came back and he has it now. Errol's a trap. I'll die on that fucking hill. Anyway. Nah, not really. I think we've spoken about every single person. I mean, it would just to quickly go through some if you're still considering these players and you're still listening. Callahan, I still think he's a great pick. I know Will didn't really rate him that much, but I still think he looked amazing. Probably underscored, I thought. He could be. I like the Callahan pick if anyone still wants to go for it. Reedy, surely you can't go for him anymore. Mills had heaps of touches in the back line, but underscored. I still kind of don't know how this new scoring system works. Keep going through. I think that is everywhere. Yeah, I mean, DCAM looked really good. I would happily go DCAM. I've been flirting with the maybe going with him. He scored... what did DCAM score? He scored quite a lot and didn't have any goals or anything like that. Heaps of intercept passes, intercept marks, which is what we know DCAM does. And he got 107, 112 fantasy. You know what's wild here? I'm starting to notice that everyone is scoring more fantasy than they are SuperCoach. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, guys. It's our final teams. Good luck to everyone this weekend. Join the league as well. Jump in there. Get all your mates to jump. Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.